Hi everyone, I'm Dan Harding, Editor-in-Chief of Power Motor Yacht. Welcome to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show and welcome aboard the Fjord 490 Sport. Fjord is a builder I've been watching a lot over the years. They've been coming out with countless new models, but this 490 Sport we're on right now, really almost more than any other boat, feels just born for the American market. This is a true international brand, but there's a lot of little things all throughout this boat I'm looking forward to showing you. So let's hop aboard and I'll show you some of my favorite features. This should be a 50 plus knot boat thanks to the 600 Mercuries. So wouldn't be a proper day boat without that performance. And I love the ability, a lot of good walk around access here. I like the aft facing seating because with the motors up, this is where the action's happening. You got your stand-up paddle boards, your kayaks, jet skis, and nice to be able to sit there. Probably one of my sneaky favorite features, maybe out of the show so far. The show is still new. But is these cleats right here. This is, not sure what company this is. Quick provides the windlass here. So this is, you have a winch built into the cleats. So with just a press of the toe here, you get your line, you'll be pulling yourself into the dock. Now if you think stereotypically or how we do it in my family, I'm usually the one docking. Karen, or hopefully one day one of the boys will be handling the lines. They might not be able to pull a 50-foot boat in a cross breeze, but they can certainly throw a line, get them tied off, and then easily with the mechanical power, cinch yourself up. I think it's just a really, really smart choice. Before we go too far, so this boat is available with inboards. I really love the outboards to the American market, but one of the things the outboards affords is a massive space below here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this garage. It raises even more, but you just get a quick look at the amount of toys you'll be able to fit down there. Sea bobs, paddle boards, bikes, you name it. Just really well labeled. Always like to look at the wiring. My old friend Bill Pike, he would be fanatical about looking at the wiring and always saying it's where you don't see right away that really tells a story about a boat and its commitment to quality. You have the Onan generator and a Seakeeper. Those are both options, and actually new brands for Fjord that previously went with Quick for the stabilization. So really just impressive space. Again, one thing you might not notice right away because it's kind of hidden, but almost in every corner you have these protected cell phone chargers. So you never, proper day on the water, it's got to be documented for the gram, of course. So that's where you keep your devices charged. Pop-up lights are all the rage. Massive TV, which feels, I'm a little torn about it. And there's a little piece of me that feels, well, it's a little sacrilegious to have such a massive TV when you should be enjoying the water and these fold-out balconies. But then again, I also imagine, movie night out on the hook. Few things better than being able to watch a movie under the stars. So I'm going to go ahead and give that one a thumbs up. Yeah, that table folds up, those fold in, so you can have, so you easily access that seat. There's a lot of customization for the wet bar here, but what's noticeable here is absolutely massive. I mean, just incredibly wide, and that makes sense too. One of the designers who Fjord is partnering with on this project, Marco Casali, he was explaining, he's like, this is where you want to be. You're in the Keys with a couple drinks and prepping lunch for everybody. You're gonna need a workspace here. A lot of custom options. You got cold storage, you have regular storage, pull-out drawers. So really, I think what they understood is that this is gonna be the heart of the entertainment and the heart of the action. Really nice seats. Love when a builder puts in an MFD for the guests or your co-pilot over here so they can kind of stay in the action. One of the things Marco was explaining to me, and he articulated it in a way that really said it well. He's, a lot of the MFDs on boats traditionally, they're a little more flat, a little more traditional, built into the helm. He really wanted these a little more vertical, kind of like your smartphone today, because he really said, he's like, it's not the old days where you have a couple buttons. You're constantly touching it. you're constantly interacting with the screen, so they need to be close to you. And being more vertical, they really reduce that glare so you can see clearly and have full control. But what's also nice though, even though they are so vertical and in your face, not impeding your sight lines at all. We've seen some boats that are guilty of that, and the visibility around this boat is just incredible. We head up forward. This is something that's really slick. You know, you think about how little fenders have changed over the years. I mean, I think I got fenders that are probably 20 years old, but you know, Fjord, again, kind of that situation where you got one person that's docking the boat, handling the helm. You need, you know, maybe you need some guests to help with the lines and fenders that didn't grow up boating. You have these fenders that will hook in. You can very easily flip them over the side and then store out of the way. I mean, who said that fenders had to stay the same shape and size from 40 years ago? I just think that's a really smart move, and if I could find those for a Bertram 28, I will certainly be in the market. Really nice bow area, as you'd expect. A lot of versatility, cup holders, sound system. Really the hallmark of any good day boat. Head on down below. Always interesting to see a boat that is so obviously designed to be a day boat and see what kind of accommodations you have here. There's a couple different options. There's this is kind of more of a private option. We have separate doors for the spaces, but you can also have a much more open boat. We consider this to be the master, although kind of cliche to say, the VIP is also very nice. Excellent headroom, a lot of natural light coming in those blinds. You have an ensuite head, which will be to port, and the day head to starboard. So again, 50-foot day boat with 2 staterooms, 2 heads. So I think this is definitely one of those boats that you could have the argument, is this the VIP, is this the master? And you can almost go either way. It looks like a larger bed, access to both sides. This bed can be split apart. It could be a pair of singles, depending on who you have aboard with you. If you have, you know, a couple guests or a couple kids that complain that, you know, your brother's touching you too much, you can separate them a little bit. Really nice, especially in the accommodations. I'm noticing a lot of different materials that seem really unique for this brand. It's, I think this comes a little bit a result of bringing in an Italian designer that's based in Rome. It just seems like a lot more leathers and a lot more of these different textured materials all throughout the boat, but it really adds a nice level of sophistication. Sneak on up. So again, I think this boat is one that really needs to be experienced out on the water to really understand the full experience. I'd love to take this boat out, get it down to the Keys or something fun like that. But again, that's just a few of my favorite features of the Fjord 490 Sport. It'll be here at the boat show, and you can follow us for more at pmymag.com. See you on the water.